What is going on, you guys? AK40 Kevin here in the Gamer Heaven. Today we're going to be unboxing the new licensed Microsoft Xbox Series X and S controller. It is extremely similar to the Xbox One controller, so much to the point to where you can actually use these on your existing Xbox One S and X, and you can use S and X controllers on the new Series S and X. I really hate their naming over there at Microsoft. They should just keep it numerical like PlayStation, but hey, whatever. So, as you guys have probably already seen, we have already unboxed and got our initial impressions, as well as a correct PC setup on the Steam Big Picture with the DualSense 5 controller. So we are going to be kind of comparing these side by side as far as ergonomics, weight, as well as some of the key features and whatnot, as they do share certain aspects like USB-C, but in essence, at their core, they could not be more different. So I'm also going to do something real quick that I've never done in any previous video. However, a subscriber commented that I should give a shout out to my tattoo artist. So first of all, Marissa Buggy in the Hampton Roads, Virginia area. Very talented, beautiful young lady. Advance, one of the awesome old timers in the game out there in the San Francisco Bay Area, California. And then also my boy Marcos, the owner of Sketch One Tattoos. Very talented dude. So if you're in the Pensacola, Pace area, definitely check him out. So without further ado, let's crack into that box. See if it's any good. Alrighty guys, so over here at the unboxing section of my desk, we have the Xbox Series S and X controller. Now they do come in multiple colorways, picture on screen here. I'm not a huge fan of any of the other colorways. I think the carbon black here is the most handsome in my opinion. So like all previous Xbox controllers, you have a little sticky McSticker sitting right there, and then you just flip it open like that. You have the controller. It is extremely dusty and dirty. That's weird because this isn't a pre-owned, this is brand new, but there's schmutz all over it. I guess it's just dusty from being on the shelves or something, but this is a newer product, so I don't really understand. Yeah, it's just super fucking dirty. There's no scrapes or scratches or anything, but it's like really dirty. Thanks, Amazon. Anyway, it comes with a couple of AA batteries here. Now, I do highly recommend to all Xbox users that you just go ahead and get yourself a rechargeable battery pack. They're about 15-20 bucks on Amazon. I'll have my favorite one linked in the description below that I had for 2.5 years. Comes with 2 batteries and a charger pack. You're going to save a fortune in rechargeables. But you also have the option, too, just to pop out that rechargeable pack and use these if you need to real quick in a pinch. So pulling this up here, you do have an instruction manual and a code for Xbox Game Pass. It's just a, I think, 14-day trial or something. One of you guys can be quick on the draw and use that code there. Hopefully you could read it. So that's for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, and that is 14 days free. So enjoy that, whoever gets a hold of that. So you have your instruction manual here. This is a quick start guide, and this is your actual regulatory guide and limited warranty. Now, from what I've heard, Microsoft is actually pretty good about honoring their warranty, even on their baseline, you know, $60 controllers, but especially on their Elites and their Elite 2s, which are about 180 bucks. Great controllers, but they do have some quality control issues. They have been susceptible to stick drift, as well as some sticky face buttons and broken bumpers. So the Series X controller looks almost cosmetically identical to the previous Xbox One S and X controller. There are a couple of subtle differences that you can notice right off the bat. First of all would be that new D-pad. They went with what's called a hybrid wheel. So basically it still has 4 raised points, but it also has a wheel mechanism. Now that's great for fighting games if you're trying to bust off those quick combos and whatnot. Not to mention I think it also cosmetically looks better. You also have a new button in the center here. This is their new share button. So, you know, PlayStation's had a share button forever, and Xbox has just had the, you know, options, and I forget what this is, like status or something. So now you can use this to quickly share things to the Series S and X if you want to upload a clip of you kicking ass on Warzone or whatever. Face buttons are absolutely identical, not only in appearance, but also in that feeling. Not a huge fan of stock controller buttons. I'm a little bougie. I've tested over 24 custom controllers or aftermarket premium controllers on this channel. I also have a small business customizing controllers. That's kind of why this one is out here right now. Pictures on screen of my controllers, and I will have a link to my small business in the description as well. So these are just typical membrane buttons. They have a rubber plunger in the bottom that registers when each button's been hit. They're not mechanical like the Razer controllers, which have a literal, like a mouse click, just a real satisfying tactile click. You have a blacked out Xbox button there. I think that looks pretty good. You still have your pairing button up top. You do have USB-C now as opposed to micro USB, which is a much better medium of data and energy transfer, and you can plug it in either way, and it's a lot less susceptible to like snapping off. So other than that, they did shave just a few millimeters off the bumpers, and they did use a new bumper design that's supposed to be more durable. They do feel a lot better. They do feel better, and they feel a lot more sturdy and durable. So hopefully these bumpers last the test of time. Triggers now also have this perforated, not perforated. Triggers now have this kind of dimpled texturing on top, just a little bit on the bumper and the triggers there. Doesn't provide an exceptional amount of grip, but it does help a little bit, especially if you get sweaty fingers or something while you're playing. I don't know what kind of intense gameplay you're doing when your fingers are sweating, but I guess if you have sausage fingers and they're starting to cook on you, that's nice. But all in all, this feels really good. Ergonomically, I mean, in my opinion, the Xbox One controller was already almost as close to ergonomically perfect as you can get with a controller. I've said this in the past, especially a entry-level $50, $60 controller, not like a premium scuff or something like that. As for the DualShock 4, I wasn't a huge fan of that. The DualSense 5 did adopt more of the Xbox ergonomics, which I think is great. It fits North American hands a lot better. So all in all, you still have the same 3.5mm headphone jack, the same accessory port on the bottom if you want to add like a headphone control brick or something like that. But all in all, this is almost identical to a Xbox One controller. The only differences would be the D-pad, the share button, USB-C, and they shaved a few millimeters off of the bumpers and triggers, and the triggers now have that texturing on there. That is literally it. Other than that, I mean, because they're so similar, they're cross-compatible with the older and newer consoles, which is really cool. So let's get a little weight comparison here. All right, 8.6 ounces. This is my Xbox One controller, Cyberpunk 2077. Zero down. All right, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5. Now this is the first generation Xbox controller. They don't make these anymore. These are have been discontinued for quite some time. When the Xbox first came out, and they had this chin or lip. And I believe, yeah, that doesn't have batteries. This does not have batteries. This one does have batteries, so it should be more than 8.5. Yep, 10.1. Let's pop the batteries out. Eight 8.6, 8.5, 8.5, 8.6. All right, consistent. And then a PlayStation 4 controller, 7.2. DualSense should be 10. Yep, 10. Pretty heavy controller. So, you know, that gives you a good weight comparison between the new gen console. 10 for the PlayStation, 8.6 or 8.5 for the... It's noticeable too. It's super noticeable. I mean, that's, you know, I'm not good with math. That's probably about 15-20% weight difference there, and that's because of the new haptic feedback, which is a much more advanced vibration that goes all the way across the back and sides and front, and you get much more, you know, accurate and crazy vibration, I guess. Adaptive triggers that get stiffer when you pull them, and then it also has a built-in microphone now. Light bar around the touchpad, so a lot more new crazy features with the DualSense, as where this is just kind of taking a traditional Xbox One controller and adding a couple niceties and ease of use features like the USB-C. Also, this does not include a USB-C cable, just like the DualSense 5 doesn't. When you buy the consoles, you will get a USB-C cable, but when you go to buy a second controller, you do not get an extra cable, so keep that in mind. You don't get one. Alright, so in comparison to a more recent Xbox One S and X controller, which is this style that doesn't have the exposed chin, it's a one-piece design. They also use different bumpers in here, and the internals are a slight bit different. I do have disassembly videos of both of these. So face buttons are absolutely identical. Accessory buttons are the same. Left and right analog stick are the same. The D-pad does feel better. You get a nice tactile click with it, and it does feel a lot more responsive, and I do like the look of it as well. Now, triggers and bumpers, because this is where there's been some shaving of size and also that texturing. Oh yeah. Yep. Does feel a lot better on this controller, it really does. Good resistance, nice linear pull, good smooth snapback, and the bumpers do feel a lot more crisp, durable, and less chintzy, so that's good. Alright, so I just launched this bad boy in the Steam Big Picture mode, and it is instantaneously working as it should, just like an Xbox One controller, which is fantastic. So you don't need to do any of the trickery that we had to do with the DualSense 5 controller, where you had to check the generic controller support box and then individually map each button and whatnot. That is because that is a brand new proprietary controller that specifically works with the PS5. It's a whole new, chipset and everything. It's not going to be recognized. It doesn't have any dedicated drivers or anything. As where this is more or less an existing Xbox One controller, which has had support for Windows 10 PCs for, about 8 years or so. So we're going to go ahead and launch a game real quick, and, I'll play a couple games just showing you guys that it does function with the PC, as well as giving you guys some of my thoughts about how it feels, ergonomically, how the thumbsticks feel, how the triggers feel, face buttons, bumpers, all that stuff. Alright, so we're playing some bots here in the new Call of Duty Cold War. I did put them on regular mode. When I'm playing with mouse and I try and run drills for bots, what the fuck? Oh. I know what you gotta do. Settings. Don't shoot me, I'm not even playing, bitch. You can do all the menu stuff, but you can't. It just said controller locked, so I need to change it, but you need to go back to the main menu to do that. So let's do that now. Why is it locked? Oh, once any matchmaking is started. Okay, so I got to get out of this lobby. Settings. Controller. Yay! We're playing on controller. I don't do that anymore with first-person shooters. Alright, so we'll do a little free-for-all in Satellite. Now I have these bots on regular. Now, if I'm running drills to practice, I do run Veteran, which is the hardest mode with mouse. But obviously, since we're doing this, and I also have like fucking limited range as to where I can hold this controller because of the goddamn short-ass, whack-ass cable. My god, I haven't played with a controller in a while, but this feels good though. I do realize why, I played on controller for so long and why I liked it. Well, for one, I was on console where that was the only way to play, but I mean, now it's not even a thing because you can play with keyboard and mouse on console. It's not even that difficult. You just plug in an adapter and you can play a keyboard and mouse on a console. Which on the new consoles, which run at 4K 60 or 1440 120, or close to 120, that's not bad at all. Long shot there. Let's throw some grenades. Do a little sliding. Okay, get fucked from the rear. Didn't even use any lube, thank you. So controller's not bad. I mean, I was a console gamer for a long time, so I know how to be decent with controller. I'm not like Nick Merckx or anything with a controller, but just like I'm not Tfue or Shroud with a mouse and keyboard, but I am above average when it comes to first-person shooters. Damn, this feels good. I might have to start dicking around with controller a little bit every here and then, here and again. Headshots, just like a cameraman, professional headshot. Like a cameraman, professional headshots. I can smell you. This feels really good. The analog sticks feel phenomenal. The triggers feel great. I mean, I could play like this, and I would feel confident playing like this. Who was shooting you? Because you were getting shot. Oh, what's up, dog? What? How are you not dead? Home bitch. This feels great. So there's virtually zero dead zone in this controller. As soon as you start moving that analog stick, it registers that, which I like a lot. I hate a sloppy dead zone on a controller. It feels good. You have a good range of motion if you were to add some extended thumb cap sticks to add a little bit more length onto the right stick. I think that would help a lot. Yeah, this feels good, man. I like it. I like it a lot. I stunned somebody. This idiot right here. And this idiot right there. And this idiot right there. And this idiot right here. And this headshot right there. Whoo, your boy getting off. Your boy ain't bad with the controller, man. Suck meat. Just simply suck meat. Yeah, this feels good, guys. I like it. Yeah, this feels great. Triggers feel phenomenal. Analog stick's great. Damn, that's a long shot for a handgun. I could have clinched that. God damn it, I could have clinched that. My accuracy was off. I should have been better. These bots suck on regular. I can only imagine what they're like on recruit. I should put them on veteran just to see. That was easy. Easy day, boys. Yeah, that was way too easy. But anyway, controller works good. It feels phenomenal. It's virtually the same thing as an Xbox One controller, but I do think, you know, granted, the original Xbox controller did MSRP for 60 bucks, just like this one does. The new DualSense retails for $70, which makes sense because it does have new technology. It's got a built-in speaker, haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, which are three major new features that do increase production costs. But I will say, you know, I would say that even if you can get on Amazon an Xbox One controller for 45 bucks or so, this is worth the 60 because the bumpers and triggers do feel better. They ergonomically feel better. You have that additional share button, which when you do get the Series X, you'll be able to quickly share your gameplay footage. You get that cool D-pad, you get USB-C, and it feels a lot more durable, sturdy, and rugged, like it's not going to have the same quality control issues that the previous Xbox One controllers had. So I would say it's worth it, in my opinion. So I'll have a link in the description below to this bad boy and this bad boy. and probably a bunch of random shit you see around my room as well. I almost forgot, I will be doing a separate disassembly video. I think that should be its own standalone video because the disassembly process of this new controller will probably take about, you know, 10 to 15 minutes to disassemble and reassemble. It might take longer for you. I have, you know, I do have a small business building custom controllers, so I am used to taking apart Xbox One and PS4 controllers. The DualSense 5 is going to be a very complicated disassembly because there's virtually no tutorials out there right now for it, and I've never done one, and with the new technology in them, it's probably going to be quite a beast to take apart, but I love a good challenge. So, but the Series X controller should be very similar to a 1S and 1X, so I will do a separate disassembly video of that. Alright guys, peace.